Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun.
Well, there's the shop, right? But I have a new addition to the shop that just came in the door. And my friend Ernest, who's a pretty amazing sculptor, he and I traded for this piece, I don't know, 10 years ago. And we never quite finished the trade. And he finally, at this point, I finished a piece for him, a piece of machine work, and then he sent me, or didn't send me, he brought me this piece, and we're setting it right there, right in front of the mill, right in the middle of the shop. And I'm very happy to have it. This is, in my books, this is his best piece. And this guy's been doing sculpture since, we were in our 20s. And he's got a body of work that's amazing. But this one is really good. It's called The Alchemist. Well, okay, this one isn't work, it's play. But, hey, you're still doing stuff, right? Okay. Let's cut some more. I think I can live with that. Okay, it's got a bit of a sharp edge right there. All right. Hey. All right, let's give it a try. Flip that drill bit around that we just used and slide it in. It's a little bit loose. Look at that. Damn it. I hate that. When that went in, I could see that it wasn't doing as well as it could. Yep, it caught one edge there. Okay. Too loose for me. Well, we're going to go back and resharpen this drill bit because I can see there's one little edge here that didn't quite get its full sharpening. So, all right, let's try it again. right, fingers crossed that it's going to be snug. Come on, baby. Snugger. Still a little bit loose though, but I think we can live with that. Yeah, there it's snug. All right. All right, so now let's throw a taper on that and call it a day. All right, let's go over to the turret itself and have a look at it. All right, it's looking pretty good. We've got the small center drill for small projects, and the larger one for larger holes, and then of course the next step up, and the next step up, and the full step to the kit of drills that I have. Oh, I forgot to taper that. Yeah, okay. Let's go back and do a taper on that. And then tomorrow we'll go ahead and go in, and we're going to put a notch in the back side of this for the set screw to kind of hold it in place. And then we're going to put a set screw someplace up out here to hold the drill bits in place. Okay, so here we are at the place of where I want to lock this in place, but I don't want to put a dent in my sleeve because it's a very tight fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and crank this down and then drag it back out, and then look at the place where it put a divot, and we'll come in with a mill bit and just mill a little flat there so that when it does divot, it's not going to expand anything out here. And then at the same time, we're going to come in and continue that flat from there on out, so we know where our flat is. And then we'll come in and also drill a hole to thread to put our set screw in. So let's go over to the mill and let's play with that a little bit. Okay, so we've got our piece in the vise. We got it level with the edge of the vise, and we've got our mill bit in there. Oops, actually I'm gonna have to bring the camera back a bit. There we go. And and then we have the DRO set up at 0 both directions. So now we're going to just drop down a little bit, and until the bit pretty much clears its width, and then or actually we're going to bring the table up, and then we'll just move on until it just jumps off the end of that, and then bring it back to 0 and go ahead and put a little divot in the end where we're going to put the set screw. All right, so let's just get started. We'll just take it down a bit, come back and forth. And actually that looks pretty good. I'm thinking down just a little bit more. There we go. Oops, bang the camera. Okay, let's come back to 0. Okay, we're going to start by cutting the seat for our set screw, and we'll go ahead and do that. And we've got it in a chuck. I know everybody's going to give me a hard time about that, but you know, I'm not putting that much pressure on it, and in this case I'm literally using it as a drill bit, so we're not doing too much to the chuck. And then when I come up to do the other part, I mean, I'm just taking 15 thousandths off of that, so no big deal. Take it down until we clear, which is just about right there. That's good. And what this allows me to do is to put the drill bit in. Number 3 drill bit. We're going to come back in with a 1/4 by 28 tap. Oops. And a tap follower. There we go. A little bit of go juice. And we just work our way in. And there we are. Okay, that part's complete. Now we'll take the tap follower out. We'll put the mill bit back in. Tighten it up. And take ourselves back out to 0 on the DRO. Drop it down. That looks pretty good. And maybe about right there. And that's pretty much what we want. That looks pretty good. Put the set screw in. And we're probably going to have to clean up that inside edge. So let me see if I can find a reamer that'll do that. There we go. And we just do just kind of a little hand reaming here, because we're just getting rid of the burr. There we go. And then our bit should just slide right in, and it does. Tap it a little bit on a piece of brass, tighten up our set screw, and we're set to go. We'll take it over and insert it. Okay, put it in place, slide it in, make sure it bottoms out. Tighten up our set screw, and number 2 is in there good and solid. It's not going anywhere. Tighten up with this set screw too. Smaller. All right, so we've got 2 done, and we've got 3 more to do. Okay, well let's, now that we've got it done, let's put this thing to work, see what it does. Well, I can immediately see we need to put a flat spot in our drill bit, because that's not going to hold. But let's just see how it goes. Well, hell's bells, I just grabbed a piece of scrap metal, and I must have grabbed a piece of drill rod or something like that, because this thing just won't cut it. And I've got brand new resharpened drill bits all the way around, and I don't want to fuck them up. So we're not going to go any further than that. But this has been a fun project. I've really enjoyed it. Now it's time to go to work. I've got another project coming in the door later this afternoon, actually, and I got 20 of this thing to make. So we put the fun stuff away, and for now, this is Nick Collier. This is the first project with the turret head, and we are drilling 9/16 holes in these slugs. Now the difference is that the slug is off center. So that's that kind of adds a little intrigue to the whole thing. Of course, I've already done about 10 of them, so I'm less inclined to be excited about it. But we're going to use the turret head, and let's get rolling. Okay, and in order to maintain the out of centeredness, I put a little red mark on each of these jaws so that I can put a new one in and be ready to rock and roll. Tighten a little bit. Tighten a little more, otherwise it goes in crooked. There we go. All right, well, I've got 30 of these to do. I've got about 10 done. And keep moving forward, right?